Yankees Red Sox on Nesson is brought to you by Amtrak. Enjoy comfortable and convenient travel from Boston and save up to 25% when you book 14 days in advance. And tonight from Fenway Park, the Red Sox will open the second half against the second-place Yankees. The Sox sending Drew Pomeranz to the hill. It's the first of 4 this weekend with New York. Hi, everybody. Great to have you with us as we launch the second half of the season. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. And as many of you know, my partner Jerry Remy is right now recovering from cancer surgery. He has taken that time off in that recovery as of right now. There is no timetable for Jerry's return to the broadcast booth, but all of us at Nesson and the Red Sox are wishing him a speedy return to the booth.
Jerry, we're all thinking about you. We've been thinking about you for a long, long time. Get well and get back here where you belong.
Well, the Red Sox belong right here at Fenway to start the second half. And, Eck, right now they love the way this rotation lines up against the Yankees to start the second half.
It really does. You know, starting with Pomeranz, the way he's pitched so well this last 2 months leading up to this All-Star break. And you see Jordan Montgomery, lefty against lefty. I tell you what, that's probably the matchup that favors the Yankees going in, because you look at it after that. You know, Sale pitching in the second game. Brian Mitchell hasn't pitched all year. Tanaka's not the same guy. He isn't. All these 4 guys that pitch as well as we want them to. Porcello's been pitching well lately. This all lines up for the Red Sox. I mean, they need to take this series 3 out of 4 and get on with it, because the Yankees, I think, are in a place where no one thought they'd be, and it's starting to. They limped into the All-Star break, losing 18 out of 25. You got to take advantage of it right now.
All right, game 1 with the Yankees coming up. There's more electricity in the ballpark tonight than there has been in some time. A lot of good stuff happening here. Aaron Judge, the home run champion, he's in town. Mookie Betts, of course, back home after his all-star appearance. So lots and lots of young stars who are now the faces of the game, set to clash on this Friday night at Fenway Park as baseball is back in Boston. Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. McDonald's, any McCafe bakery muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. And by Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Well, here at Fenway Park on Van Ness, you're going to get a look, if you come to the ballpark, at the moving wall to honor the Vietnam veterans. This moving wall is very, very somber. It's very much like what you'll see at Washington, D.C. It's quite a bit shorter, of course, but it is really spectacular and quite a moment if you do happen on to Van Ness. Right now, let's toss it down to Jemai for the news of the day for the Red Sox.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Red Sox getting to the business of baseball today. Designated third baseman Pablo Sandoval for assignment after 161 games. He's being brought over here in 2014. He just didn't live up to the expectations. The team also promoting Rafael Devers from Portland to AAA Pawtucket. He'll be joining that club shortly. Now, Red Sox president of baseball operations Dave Dombrowski, as well as manager John Farrell, they talked about the choices today.
Pablo just wasn't playing as well as we had hoped, and it just wasn't here when he went to AAA. He didn't. Not only from an offensive perspective, there were some defensive struggles, and we just really came down to us feeling that we were not a better club if he was on our club at the major league level. So it was a tough decision, but it was one that we thought was the right one.
We've acknowledged the performance of Lynn and Marrero to date. You can't deny their contributions, the way they've helped impact the bottom third of the order. They've done a tremendous job defensively. Bottom line is Panda's situation just didn't work.
And a quick update on Brock Holt. He's also progressing. He'll DH for the Paw Sox tonight, and the club says they're optimistic that he could join them by the month's end. But as far as tonight goes, it's all up to Drew Pomerantz. He's on the hill looking for his 10th win of the season. He's 6-1 in his last 10 starts. We've got the second half of the baseball season. Red Sox baseball on NESN coming at you shortly. Dave O'Brien, Dennis Eckersley on the call.
Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Sox and the Yankees. Game 1 of 4. Drew Pomerantz going after win number 10. Here's the Yankee lineup he'll face. Brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. It'll be Brett Gardner leading off. Gary Sanchez the catcher. Then Aaron Judge with 30 home runs to lead the major leagues. Matt Holliday back in their lineup with Didi Gregorius at short. Garrett Cooper just acquired from Milwaukee at first base. Kobe Ellsbury in center field, Chase Headley at third, and Ronald Torreyes at second base, batting ninth against the Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. Pomerantz 9-4, and he has won 3 in a row.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox have made 54 errors in 89 games. Around the infield, Devin Marrero at third, Bogarts at short, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Sam Travis at first. Out in the outfield, Chris Young in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching Drew Pomerantz.
Here he rumps tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Cooper has the plate, Cedarstrom, Morales, and Johnson on the bases. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Copper2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Overcast here at Fenway, and certainly on the cool side. Temperatures in the 60s. But ready for the second half to begin. Gardner to get in, hitting .256 with power, 15 home runs. In there for strike one, and we're underway.
I mean, what can you say about Pomeranz, the way he's pitched, especially over the last 6 starts with the 1.8. He's got so many things going on. They've scored him a lot of runs. That's helped, but he's pitched dynamite.
Strike two. Sanchez on deck. The Yankees are a cold team, dropping 18 of 25 heading into the All-Star break. And they are beginning the second half with a long road trip. This is game 1 of 11 straight on the road.
I'll tell you what, Pomeranz, last time he pitched against the Yankees, he went 5 innings. Remember, that's the game he threw 123 pitches. I believe he struck out Holiday with a curveball and walked off.
Just off the corner, according to home plate umpire Cooper. His last start was an 8-3 win, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs right before the All-Star break. He walked 5 men, and he got squeezed on several occasions. He had a bunch of beefs with the home plate umpire.
Didn't he? I mean, he was upset in the dugout. I mean, he's hooting. Never see much emotion out of Pomeranz, but that was the emotion we've seen all year in that dugout.
Well, now he's got a 3-2 on Gardner. And he walks him. So Gardner is aboard with him good speed. And that'll send up Gary Sanchez, the slugging catcher. Sanchez .276 with 13 home runs. He appeared in the home run derby along with Aaron Judge, the man behind him who won the event in Miami.
This kid's so dangerous. Already has a home run off Pomeranz. Don't see too many catchers hitting second in the lineup.
Not many. He was named via the player ballot to his first career All-Star team. 3rd Yankee catcher to make the All-Star team at age 24 or younger. High fly ball toward the triangle, but it's going to be well shy as Jackie Bradley is in on it. 1 man gone. Sanchez, very anxious, flies out on 1 pitch. And here comes Aaron Judge.
Oh, this home run derby was special. This guy put on a show. I'll tell you, he hit balls out of sight. You talk about, look at, hit the roof. Who tells how far that ball's going to go? But he hit ball over 500 feet. I mean, 513 feet. It was incredible. He was leaving every part of the ballpark.
He hit 4 over 500 feet in that event. He hit about 4 miles of home runs, they say, at Marlins Park.
Such a big strike zone. You just wonder how you want to pitch him. I always thought, you know, down and away just in case.
He has already eclipsed Joe DiMaggio's franchise record for home runs by a rookie. He did that in 1/2. He went for the downs there. He went for Lansdowne, and the count's 0-2.
But it's so tempting, especially Pomeranz. He goes upstairs all the time with that fastball. He just knows exactly the height to throw it.
"6'7", 282 pounds. And the 0-2 from Pomeranz. Flared foul. Time of the unlimited baseball break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Judge now owns the Yankees single season rookie home run record. One of 2 rookies all time with 30 home runs before the All-Star break. Mark McGwire also did it. He had 33 in 1987. Judge, the first Yankee age 25 or younger to hit 30 home runs in a season since Don Mattingly in 1986. Pomeranz trying to punch him out. 1-2.
That's it. The reason why this kid has turned it around after how he came up last year and just punched out all the time, he's got a better idea of the strike zone. Even though he struck out 109 times, I mean, he just seems like he doesn't swing at bad pitches. Now, he swings hard. He's going to have his strikeouts.
Holiday on deck, 1 down, 1 on. He skipped it up there. Nice stop by Vasquez.
And if he makes a pitcher throw strikes, I mean, that's trouble. Because the problem with him is he can leave the other way. And we've seen that earlier in the year. He hit a ball in the bullpen the other way.
It was his first game at Fenway. And a 2-2 from the left-hander. I think the other thing that's obvious about Judge is he's not just a slugger. He's not just up there to hit home runs. He's hitting almost 330.
And it's incredible that he's hitting 330.
And he's also been impressive in the outfield. In right field, he's a good athlete. The build of a tight end. And a 2-2. Line drive caught by Xander Bogaerts. Back to first base is Gardner, and they're 2 down. So Pomeranz wins the first battle against Judge tonight.
He didn't really crush that ball. Got it on the label a little bit. It was a line drive, but not a rocket by any means.
They'll send up Matt Holliday just off the disabled list after a late June viral infection. Really zapped him of his energy. Doctors believe it was an allergic reaction to something on their road trip when they were in Oakland. But back tonight, 262 with 15 home runs. He was having a very good season.
I'll tell you what, they miss this guy. You talk about a lot of young players on that team. This guy's been around a long time, and we're quite sure what he had left. He's had a lot left, the kind of first half that he had. They don't like him to play first base very much. They want him to DH.
That's where he is tonight. 1 for 6 off Pomeranz. That one is a homer. He snuck that one in for a strike. 0-2. Yankees locked up in a second place tie with the surprising Rays at 3.5 behind the Sox. Two-strike pitch. He had a notion, but he stayed away from it. Well, Red Sox going to see a whole lot of the Yankees and Tampa Bay in the second half.
Boy, a lot of fastballs from Pomeranz early on. All high fastballs. He's saving that little yacker he's got.
At times a very big yacker. Grounded foul. You look back at the Yankees over their last 8 series, Eck. They have not won one of them. They are 0-7 and a tie.
You know, you talk about the Red Sox. They picked up 8 or 9 games in a 3-week span. I mean, that's hard to do.
It's not been a total collapse, but Yankees had a lot of injuries and played some really poor baseball in that stretch. And the Sox took advantage. Popped them up, twisting foul, out of play. Travis over to give it a look, but it's off into the seats.
You see their rotation. Panetta went down today. He may have Tommy John. That crushes them. Their starting rotation was just, you know, mediocre at best.
Even though he had not been pitching well early in the season, he was. Right-hander Michael Pineda, likely Tommy John surgery. He's going for a second opinion. They say a partially torn UCL ligament.
We just showed Severino. He's been their ace all year in the All-Star game.
He will pitch tomorrow against Chris Sale. That could really be a dandy. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And in there, strike 3, caught him looking. No argument from Holliday. And a runner frozen at first. Red Sox coming up against the Yankees here in game 1. Here's a look at the Red Sox lineup tonight, which is brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. It'll be Mookie Betts, just off the All-Star game appearance. He's in right. Dustin Pedroia hitting over 300. Xander Bogaerts at 303. Hanley Ramirez, maybe the key to the Red Sox in the second half, is the DH. Chris Young's in left. Jackie Bradley in center. Sam Travis in first. Christian Vasquez does the catching, and Deb Marrero is at third base and batting ninth against the left-hander Jordan Montgomery. They call him Gumby. 6'6", 225 pounds. Rookie left-hander getting after it tonight to face Mookie Betts, and the first pitch will be ball one.
Got assortment of stuff, Montgomery. Big tall kid, 6'6", throwing downhill. Good curveball slider. He can get it up there. 94. That's sure not 94. We got a changeup we've seen. We've seen the ball move the other way. He's had a nice year.
You say he's very poised. Out of Sumter, South Carolina. Mookie just started the All-Star game in center field for the American League, going 0 for 2. Nailed Arenado at second base. And that drops in for a strike.
How about Mookie on this play? Arenado at first base thinks he can get to second base on this. Mookie makes the catch and the throw. How about this throw? One hop to Lindor, excuse me, to Scope, and he
lines a base hit in center field. So Mookie Betts quickly aboard.
So much for that. Back to the game, base hit. You know, get 2-1 pitch, he's going to get something to hit. He does, and doesn't try to do much. Right back up the middle, get something started.
We'll send up Dustin Pedroia, 303, 4 homers, 41 runs batted in. He's homered in 2 of his last 3 games. And a good series against Tampa Bay at St. Pete. 6 for 18, 2 home runs.
That one was a huge home run. Well, both of them were. They didn't end up winning that game, but he hit a ball out to right center field.
Time now to see who's been driving the ball. Presented by Toyo Tires. Pedroia's last 10. He's hitting .349 with 14 RBIs. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox.
Probably one of the best games he's played. The game in Texas. 4 for 4, 4 RBIs, great play, and that we'll always remember. That might be the play of the year.
He's made so many over the course of his career. He's won 4 Gold Gloves. There have been years where, you know, he was in the running to win the Gold Glove, even if he didn't win it. A premier defender throughout his career. But you might be right about that play in Texas. At the end of his career, whenever that comes, you know, years down the line, they may show that play first.
Because he, like you said, he's made a ton of plays. I mean, then you think about the importance of that play, what that's all about.
And there's so many to choose from with Pedroia.
You know, 9th inning, bottom of the 9th. That's the winning run right there. Would have went to second. They could have very well lost that game. They won that game.
I will say this. I thought the play Moreland made on that play, getting back to first base, reading that carom,
right,
was undervalued. Not by the Red Sox, but he made a terrific play too. Stopped by Sanchez.
That was the kind of play that you have to. It may happen once in a lifetime, but not very often. In fact, Pedroia said he's done that 3 times. He's went over there where it mattered, but you have to do it every time. Back up.
He wasn't saying he played one off the brick 3 times.
No, but it's not, I don't know what he meant by 3 times that play
ridiculous,
has happened or something.
Mookie Betts at first base, nobody out. 2-2 from Montgomery. And a check swing and a low, and they do appeal. First base ump Cederstrom says no swing, and the count goes full.
We haven't really seen that much from Montgomery right now. He's thrown 90 miles an hour, a little sink. He's thrown several changeups, and we finally saw a curveball in the dirt.
Bogaerts on deck. And Betts back to first base, a couple of steps.
Good time to go here.
Yep, 3-2. Nice big hole on the right side too. Betts goes, and it's down low, ball 4. So the first 2 Red Sox have reached. Just in case you didn't see it or you missed it the first time, back to Texas in this play by Dustin Pedroia.
I thought it was a great play to begin with. The nice play, but the throw got away. Pedroia backs up. He dives. He gets it. Throws Moreland out. It looks simple, but when this play first happened, we were all in shock. How it all went down. Everything went the way it was supposed to.
I guess.
I guess.
That was just. I still don't know how he did that, because he caught it bare hand off the brick. And while he was throwing, he was airborne.
Yeah, but Moreland has to be there to receive it. Like, you know, the wherewithal to know what's going down here.
Well, Xander Bogaerts, Red Sox looking to strike right away against the young left-hander. Xander 303, 6 home runs. Has runners at first and second, and he'll take a ball. He finished the first half ranking among American League leaders in triples. He's 4th with 4, and in hits he's 11th with 97. Got nailed on a hand on that road trip. So he had kind of a chilly trip as it wound down. He was 4 for 22.
I was just thrilled he wasn't hurt.
Right.
Anytime you get hit in the hand like that, I mean, he could have been out for the season.
At the moment he did it, that's going to be bad.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
I was thrilled he was back in.
Missed just a couple of games, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1. Getting his first look at Jordan Montgomery, who was out of that standout college baseball program at the University of South Carolina.
He's not in challenging mode right now with what he's featuring.
And it's 2-1. A strike.
That's his best pitch. Changeup. He's thrown 6 of them. He's tough when he has to be.
You know, one of the parts of the scouting report on Montgomery is he's very poised, doesn't rattle. Although Xander Bogaerts trying to rattle him right here. Nobody out, 2 on. Trying to check his swing and a pitch into the dirt. They appeal, and that's strike 3.
Ooh.
Soderstrom rings him up.
Well, we see Bogaerts go close to being gone many times. He seems to always hold up. Is this a curveball in the dirt? No, I don't think so. The barrel went through the zone. I think he knew it.
So 1 man gone, and now Hanley Ramirez at 261, 13 homers. Looking to get going here in the second half in a big way. Lately, he's been doing pretty good work against left-handers. It was not the case for the bulk of the first half, but down the stretch, he was starting to hit them again. He always has hit left-handers.
Seems like the Red Sox haven't faced a lot of left-handed pitchers this year, starters.
No, they really haven't. He'll take up high for ball 1.
This guy does not like his cheese early on, huh? I mean, nothing. We haven't seen anything hard.
Yeah, Hanley's hit 5 home runs over his last 11 games against the Yankees, including a game winner last season, a walk-off shot to center here at Fenway, and the 1-0. That bounces again. Runners will stay put. Sanchez recovered quickly.
He just fired that fastball straight into the dirt. Talk about non-competitive fastball. This ball, cross seamer, doesn't even get to the plate.
Montgomery's pitching on extended rest, 6 days rest. Last outing, he had a no decision in a 9-4 Yankees loss against Milwaukee. Only lasted 4 1/3. And a 2-0 to Hanley Ramirez.
Back to the changeup.
3-0.
It says everything, doesn't it? 2-0 changeup.
Yep. One more like that, they're going to be loaded up for Chris Young. We talked about this since that little scrum he had where they were barking out his numbers against lefties. 6 for 9 with 2 homers, 2 doubles.
Got his attention.
Yep. See what he does here on 3-0. Long look in by Montgomery. And finally a 3-0. He did green light right through it. Man, did he take a cut.
Yes, he did. I think the last time he got green lighted at 3-0, he hit a ball out. Last homestand, dead center field. He got a little sinkage here. I don't know. That ball's right there. Ooh, that should be bridged for Hanley.
You'd like that one back. Now 3-1, 1 down, 2 on. No score here in the first inning. Change up again, 3-2.
That's his best pitch. But you got to set it up with something. Setting up outside, he kind of pulls it a little bit down and in, but
how about that reaction from Hanley looking out at him like change up there?
Change up. He saw it 2-0. What do you think you're going to see 3-1?
Betts at second, Pedroia at first with 1 down. Don't put it past him to throw it again on 3-2. And time is granted.
Wow.
Eric Cooper granted that at the last possible second. Sox coming in at 50-39, second best record in the American League. Despite dropping 4 out of 5 going into the All-Star break, right now 3.5 game lead over the Yankees in Tampa Bay.
I'll tell you what, Tampa Bay held their own in that series.
Sure did.
They really did. They won that 1-0 game. That's a huge game.
They impressed a lot of folks, taking 3 out of 4 in that series. Now the 3-2 to Hanley. Little dribbler back toward the hill. Montgomery will go to first base and get the out there. The runners will move up to second and third.
The defense for the Yankees tonight, they've made 52 errors in 86 games. You see around the infield, third to first, Chase Headley at third, Didi Gregorius at short, Torreyes at second, rookie Garrett Cooper at first. Out in the outfield, Brett Gardner in left, Jacoby Ellsbury in center, Aaron Judge in right. Behind the plate, Gary Sanchez catching Jordan Montgomery.
Well, it falls on Chris Young now. Runners at second and third, 2 away. 255, 4 home runs for Young. Former Yankee. Second and third, 2 down. He'll take strike 1. Right at the bottom of the zone with a curve, which might be his best pitch. Although you can tell he really likes his changeup.
Yeah, he likes his changeup. We've seen 91 max so far.
It's his 17th major league start, very first appearance against the Red Sox. So it's Mookie Betts at third, Dustin Pedroia at second.
He just shows you that fastball. He doesn't want to get you out with it. Hanley got a fastball, though, 3-0.
Montgomery has been a bit of a strikeout guy, leads all major league rookies with 88 strikeouts. And a 1-1 to Young. Pop foul back out of play.
He's got good motion on that changeup. I mean, it really looks fastball when he throws it.
Montgomery got his first major league win back in April 17th against the White Sox. Just turned 24. Ahead in the count on Young, 1-2. Crack foul. I'll tell you this about Montgomery. He's in no hurry with men on base. Very deliberate.
Somebody was talking to me about, they had asked him, they said, how come you're so slow now? And he goes, well, somebody told me to go slow.
A veteran guy.
A veteran guy said, slow down.
Slow down.
When there's guys on base, I assume. So he did.
And Sanchez out there for another conversation. Has been out there a couple of times already.
What's the Gumby thing, though? That's kind of weird. I don't know how you get the nickname Gumby. Seen contortionist or what?
Well, they say he's a really good athlete. He's actually fast.
Huh.
But my memories of Gumby were not ones of speed.
Very pliable rubber or whatever.
One and two on Young. Check swing and a take by Young to make it 2-2. Next pitch will be the 28th of the inning from Montgomery. So at this pace, although he's a very slow worker, he is not going to be out there a long time tonight.
He hasn't featured a lot of strikes.
Another Gamecock on deck. And a 2-2 to Young. He spoiled that one out of play to the right. Red Sox own the top winning percentage in the American League at home, 64% at Fenway Park, 13-5 at Fenway since the 23rd of May. So opening up here back home on Yawkey Way in the second half, and with so many home games.
Oh, ton of home games
in the second half. Red Sox like the schedule the rest of the way a lot. And a 2-2. And he popped him up in a short left. Out goes Gregorius, on comes Gardner. And a frustrating first inning. Red Sox had the first couple of men on, but did not score against Montgomery. 0-0 after one. For Red Sox tickets from bleachers to boxes. Ace Ticket has the lowest prices to all games at Fenway with a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself for someone special with tickets to a game. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with it. Drew Pomerantz back on top of the hill now to take on Gregorius, Cooper, and Ellsbury. Garrett Cooper brand new to the Yankees. They just got him from the Milwaukee Brewers. But Gregorius having a good year, 291 with 10 homers.
Always seems to hit lefties good. This year no different, hitting 283 with a home run. They missed him when he was out the first month of the season.
Is hitless in his last 11 at bats, and this should be 12. Vasquez calling everybody off to put him away. So one gone. That'll set up the man playing first base for New York tonight, Garrett Cooper. And making his debut. And another big Yankee. It seems like every guy they have is 6'6".
Look at those numbers in AAA. Colorado Springs.
82 RBIs in a half. 6'6", 230. Acquired from Milwaukee during the All-Star break. A little flare, and Pedroia will handle that. 2 fast outs here in the second for the Yankees.
Boy, he got in his kitchen right there. He just tries to fight this ball off. Cross seamer right there, just gets hit on the label. Grown man, 6'6", pop-up.
Ellsbury next, 266 with 4 home runs. Still hears the boos when he comes up at Fenway. Jacoby went on the 7-day concussion DL in late June. Missed 29 games.
Ooh, I got to have that. That is a great curveball.
Ellsbury hitting down in their lineup, hitting 7th tonight. He's also batted 4th and 5th on a bunch of occasions. Not at the top anymore. 3 for 7 against Drew Pomerantz in his career. They like to hit Sanchez in a 2 spot and Gardner leading off. Sanchez, one would presume, although it's unusual for a catcher because he can give him a 1-0 or 2-0 lead. No score in this one. And a 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Jacoby. Make no mistake, this is a huge series for the Yankees. As poorly as they were playing going into the All-Star break. 3-1 and a strike. Remember, there was a time back on June 12th where the Yankees were 38-23. They had a 4-game lead over the Red Sox, but in less than a month, a 7.5 game flip in the Red Sox favor. To center field deep. Bradley back on the track. He's there to put it away and retire the side. Another good frame for Pomerantz. He gets him 1, 2, 3. Tonight begins a stretch where the Red Sox play 24 games in 24 days. 42 of the 73 after the All-Star break will be right here at Fenway, including 18 of the first 24. So see why so many of the Red Sox were smiling making their way back from the All-Star game. A lot of home games. A lot of smiles like that. Red Sox with a 3.5 game lead in the division, and Jackie Bradley will lead things off. Jackie just missed being a teammate of Jordan Montgomery, the man doing the pitching at the University of South Carolina. Jackie led South Carolina to the 2010 national title. Montgomery was a freshman in 2012 when the Gamecocks won again. Jackie was already a pro at Salem and Portland by then. Bradley at 280 with a dozen home runs in the first half.
Yeah, Jackie having a good year off left-handed pitching. 364 coming in.
Sam Travis on deck.
A little harder velocity here in the second inning. Boy, he took his sweet time though in the first inning, didn't he? That was like forever.
And we timed him on back-to-back pitches at 38 seconds per pitch. Shot for a base hit into right field, and Jackie Bradley is on. Time now for our Xfinity X1 report. Let's go to Jemai Webster.
Thanks a lot, Dave. You guys talked about the grind of a schedule that's ahead of the Red Sox. I had a chance to catch up with Mitch Moreland inside the Red Sox clubhouse, and he kind of sarcastically told me, yeah, thanks for reminding me. He didn't have any idea there were 24 games ahead of the schedule, but he told me that he likes where this team is at right now. 3.5 games up on the field in the American League, and everything that is supposed to happen, he's going to keep it compartmentalized and stay focused with each game that's ahead of them. Guys.
Jemai, thanks. He's out of the lineup tonight. Sam Travis, the right-hand hitter, is in there against Montgomery, the lefty. Sam's due for that first big league home run. Overall 275. Vasquez will follow. And the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Back-to-back changeups. He loves throwing changeups to right-handed hitters.
Devin Marrero at third base and batting ninth. Of course, today, Red Sox making the announcement they have designated for assignment Pablo Sandoval. You will not see the Panda again in a Red Sox uniform. His career is over with Boston. And nobody with this organization is trying to sugarcoat it. That career with the Red Sox was a tremendous disappointment. No question about it.
I'll tell you what, I thought at the time, we'll talk about it in a second.
And the 2-1 from Montgomery. Off the corner.
Another changeup. Seen 3 changeups, but I'll tell you what, at the time, I'd be the first guy to say, hey, well, why did they sign him? No, I thought that was a pretty good idea at the time. We needed a left-handed hitting third baseman. You know, he had this, you know, this image of a guy that's a, you know, clutch hitter because of all the, you know, stuff in World Series and postseason. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, I told you so, they shouldn't have done it. No, I thought at the time that they should have. They had the money. And it just didn't work out. I mean, it's not the only thing that has never worked out for the Red Sox.
It was a big bust. I think everybody will admit that. The weight issue wore him down. He just couldn't overcome that. A little bit coming into spring training this year, but it continued to dog him.
Yeah.
It did in San Francisco before he came to the Red Sox. And you wonder if his career is over as that one is floated foul.
Oh, you have to wonder now. I mean, what's he going to do now? I mean, I don't think anybody will pick him up. You'd think at some point he'd want to try it again. But it's really a sad story. The fact that he got a lot of money, everybody says, well, you know, he's got his money, go into the sunset.
And the 3-2 to Sam Travis will not be made. You know, if he had come to the Red Sox in his first year, Sandoval, and had done what he did his last year with the Giants, 279, 16 homers, you would have taken that and done backflips down Yawkey Way, right?
I agree.
And that's what you expected, something along those lines, but it just never happened. Three-two. Tried to hold up that strike three on a swing and a miss. And a second strikeout from Montgomery. Vasquez next.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Montgomery's got a changeup, man. He throws a ton of them, and they just don't pick it up. They cannot pick it up. He swings at a changeup in the dirt. Travis just can't hold up. You see the three fingers, turns it over, never gets there. It must look fastball all the way.
Vasquez 275, looking for that first home run. Also trying to snap a little 0 for 12. No score in the second inning.
Go back to Sandoval again. The defense is what was bad too. It just wasn't. I mean, it was.
Oh my!
It was alarming.
Yes. You know, Dave Dombrowski made the comment today, Red Sox president of baseball operations, that was also happening in his rehab stint with the Paw Sox. He wasn't playing acceptable defense.
And you just can't afford that at all.
Well, I think that was Dave's point. Exactly. He said, you know, you got two guys who are playing a better third base right now in Marrero and Lynn. You're weakening your team if you bring, this is my phrase, weakening your team if you bring him back to the big league level. As Dave Dombrowski said, you know, you are going to lessen your impact at that position if you bring him back up here. The Red Sox are trying to win the division. They're trying to win a World Series.
But it's pretty amazing what's happened since with Marrero and Lynn. I mean, it really is. The kind of success the Red Sox have had. They both have sort of ham and egged it, right? I mean, he's hit well against left-handers like he's playing tonight, and Lynn has been an absolute surprise. Not a big sample, right? But I think people opened up some eyes. These kids have gotten opportunities. That's not to say that this is going to go on forever.
Well, Brock Holt's getting closer to returning. Red Sox would like to have him back within the next couple of weeks, certainly, if his progress continues. Fouled away by Vasquez. And Brock, of course, as a left-hand hitter, has added value there at third base. He's certainly a favorite of John Farrell. So who do you think goes when Brock Holt returns?
Well, I'd probably Lynn, because he's got the left-handed bat and Brock's left-handed. Just a guess.
Lynn has opened some eyes here at the major league level. 1-2, chop to third base. Headley will handle that. Guns it down and gets him at second base. Jackie Bradley retired, and Vasquez becomes the runner at first with two down.
Boy, Headley took his sweet time on that throw to second base. And it's a fairly close place. This is just a force play, and he just winds up and throws it over there. Jackie's in the slide. I mean, that's pretty close. But thinking of third base, and the Yankees aren't exactly pleased with Headley, right? I mean, they had a minor league guy they got from the Cubs, Torres, that has gotten hurt, and he's out all year. They've had a lot of injuries too, the Yankees, but you can't help but go back to Travis Shaw, huh? I mean, the kind of years he's having with Milwaukee.
Outstanding season. He's been crushing the ball.
I mean, who thought that was going to happen? I mean, this guy's going to drive in 100 runs, might hit 30 bombs, hitting close to 300. I mean, my goodness. And Milwaukee, what they're doing.
Unexpectedly, Milwaukee leading by 5.5 in the Central over the Chicago Cubs, who made a big trade for pitching. Here comes the 1-0 to Marrero, who's been swinging a hot bat. He did not want the All-Star break to come. 14 for his previous 33 over the 12 games leading into the break. And he's really handled lefties.
3 home runs.
361 against left-hand pitching for Devin Marrero. Vasquez, the runner at first, 2 away. And the strike. Again, back to that changeup.
2-0. Here it comes. He's got a good one. Fastball.
Betts on deck. Frankly, he's landing the changeup a lot more than the fastball.
Yes. He throws a strike with his changeup better than he does his fastball, like you say.
Marrero had a really nice road trip. Had 6 RBIs. Hit close to 500 on the trip. Three and two.
What new 3-1 changeup? That is a dynamite changeup. Look at this thing, perfect. It's paint down and away. Never gets there.
Mookie 1 for 1, waiting on deck. And Montgomery taking his sweet time with the 3-2 pitch. Runner on the move, and he walks him. So he's walked a couple of men. For the second straight inning, he has runners at first and second. Tune in to NESN on August 15 and 16 for coverage of the WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon presented by Arbella Insurance Foundation. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Mookie Betts looking to do some damage now. He singled in the first inning. He hit a leadoff home run last Sunday for the 11th of his career, and that passed Jacoby Ellsbury for the most leadoff home runs in Red Sox history. Two out here in the second and 2 on. He was on in front. That scoots away from Sanchez, but no advance.
I mean, you had Marrero up there with Betts on deck, and you don't go after Marrero. I mean, that almost forces me to want to go after somebody, but he pitches everybody the same. Doesn't mind pitching behind in the count. He's hoping that you're anxious.
Big crowd at Fenway, and here comes the 0-1. A lot of pitches into the dirt. He's already made Sanchez work extra hard here early.
Poor guy. Got to block this curveball. He got guys on first and second. Ball comes up. Oh, ouch.
You said it. So 1-1 on Betts. Mookie's still leading the big leagues with 29 doubles. A strike. Again, the change.
It's incredible the changeups he's thrown in 2 innings. It's enough for a 9-inning game for some pitchers that you may not see that many pitches out of 6 starts out of a guy like Pomeranz. Throws 2 a game maybe.
1-2. And he struck him out. And again, the changeup did the job. That's a tough pitch. 2 men left for the second straight inning for the Red Sox. Partner of the Red Sox and fuels your performance on and off the field. Sleep like the pros for maximum recovery. Build your performance sleep system at bedgear.com today. Sleep fuels everything. Did you get some good rest during the All-Star break?
I did, especially the first day. Whew. It's like I hit a wall.
Oh, you and me both. I did some sailing with some great friends on Spofford Lake. You've been there? Spofford Lake, New Hampshire?
No, sailing, huh?
Gorgeous. Spent some time at a terrific little bed and breakfast there, the Colony House in Keene, and had a wonderful couple of days.
You deserve it, believe me. Doing what you do, I've seen enough of it. 10 days.
Not quite sure how to take that.
Well,
high and tight for a ball on Headley.
I respect it more and more every time.
Well, you're a sweetheart. Always great having you. Red Sox home for 8, and then a West Coast swing. As Headley, hitting .251 with 4 home runs, leads off the 3rd inning.
Headley's been a disappointment for the Yankees, really, since coming over from San Diego. He's hitting .195 against left-handers.
They expected a little more power, particularly at Yankee Stadium. Floated into right field. That dunks down for a base hit. Betts over to scoop it, but he leads off with a single.
Well, that was ugly. That's hard to take when you're on the mound. You throw it soft, a little curveball. He rolls up there, and he just hits a thing. Doesn't hit very solid, fights it off. Perfect placement out to the outfield grass. It's a knock, but he's loving it. You're hating it.
Ronald Torreyes, the hitter at second base, .278 with a couple of home runs. Then the top of the order in Gardner. That was the first hit for the Yankees tonight. Torreyes a threat to bunt. Happy 92nd birthday today to George DeGrasse from Carver, Massachusetts. George, how do you do it? 92 years young. Pomeranz beat the Yankees 5-4 back on June the 6th. As Eck mentioned, he threw 123 pitches. That was a career high, but he got the win.
It's almost like Farrell let him stay out there. He knew that was going to be his last pitch in the 5th inning with 2 outs. He had the win. He ended up getting it, but struck out Holiday on a 3-2 curveball. Pitch he'll always remember.
He's 2-1 with a .240 ERA in 6 appearances against the Yankees. He's done well against them. Bit of a high toss, pulled Travis off the bag. Be joined by Red Sox president Sam Kennedy in the bottom of the inning. Talk about everything that's going on. A very, very busy weekend at Fenway. Not to mention there are 4 games. Doubleheader on Sunday. Runner goes up the middle. A dive and a miss by Pedroia. On his way to third now is Headley, and the throw will come into second base, and the Yankees are on the corners. Somehow that got right underneath Pomeranz.
A hit and run. I mean, my goodness, how did this ball get through? Got through everybody. First of all, he's running Headley right between the legs, trying to backhand it. Then Pedroia can't get there either. He dives on the other side of second base, gets through him. Look at this ball. How it finds a hole, who knows? And you got Headley going to third. Nobody out, first and third.
So the threat for the Yankees. Gardner will climb in next. He drew a walk in the 1st inning. Back-to-back singles by the Yankees. Gardner 4 for 15 lifetime against Pomeranz with a homer. Blocked by Vasquez for ball 1.
How do you get a ball up the middle on a hit and run in this day and age? You know, everybody's, first of all, the guy's covering second base, right? Going towards the bag. It just found its way. Perfect.
Headley at third. Torreyes at first. Red Sox up the middle will turn 2 and concede a run if they can get the double play. 1-1.
Was first cutter we've seen from Pomerantz. Good time for it.
Yankees are 4-1 head-to-head against the Red Sox to this point. 14 games left, including tonight, between the rivals. And a 1-1 to Gardner. That's a strike.
Pretty good curveball to hit, but it buckled him. This is a high curveball, but watch him. He just sort of buckles on it.
See if he gets it again.
High cheese again.
Wouldn't chase it on the four-seamer. 2-2.
Will Lawley set up the next breaking ball, though.
Brett Gardner is the Yankees' longest tenured player. Third-round pick in 05.
It's got to be a curveball. Oh, back to that cutter.
He put him away with it. Pretty nasty.
That is nasty. You know, we talk about how many cutters he throws, maybe a handful. Well, we saw two in this sequence here, and this is a dandy, especially with 2 strikes. He missed that ball by a mile. Look at that off balance swing. Beautiful.
It's a big first out. A double play could get Pomerantz out of it. Got to face Sanchez, though. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to center.
Nice double play ball. We'll roll it over.
Sanchez participated in the home run derby on Monday. Hit 17 homers in the first round. Line shot off the glove of Bogarts into left field. That'll chase in a run. Headley is in to score. Torreyes down to second. An RBI hit for Sanchez, and the Yankees strike first tonight.
Almost a great play by Bogarts in the dive. But he got a fastball up and he hit a line drive. Nicks off of his glove. Would have been a great catch by Bogarts. Would have been probably a double play ball. Who knows? But that's an RBI single by Sanchez. He got a fastball up. Pomerantz didn't want it there, but he almost got away with it.
Now Judge, he's 0 for 1 with a liner to short. A run in to make it 1-0 New York. Judge already with 66 RBIs.
You know, the problem with that high fastball, if you don't get it high enough, you're playing with danger.
Torreyes and Sanchez. And Pomerantz with a 1-0.
Showed him the cutter, but now 2-0.
Judge, of course, has been a talk of baseball. He is the adopted son of 2 retired school teachers. Adopted when he was 2 days old. Pomerantz really being cautious here. Here comes the 2-0. He takes a strike. Joe Girardi has compared Judge's presence and personality to Derek Jeter. About as high a compliment for a Yankee as you can get.
With all the attention this kid's getting, I bet you he's meeting so many people, having to be nice to so many people.
Two-1. Now the count is his way. 3 balls, 1 strike to Judge.
He gave him something to hit. 2-0. Boy, this is danger right here. 3-1.
First or second in all of those categories, and Already 30 home runs. This is a dangerous pitch right here, the 3-1.
Oh. He beat him, though. That fastball beat him, but it still scared you. He's trying to get in a little bit. He left it out over.
And Reggie Jackson has called Judge the next great Yankee. Rob Manfred, the commissioner, said he could be the next face of baseball. 25 years old. He has a lot to live up to. Right now, Pomeranz trying to put him away.
Got him. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Hello? I don't have to say it. I got to have this. This ball's there. It was frozen. That ball's not down.
It looked like a great pitch.
Whoa. Like, what up?
Time for our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Will Aaron Judge break the Yankees single season home run record held by Roger Maris, 61? On this date in 1961, Maris had 34 home runs in 85 games. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you think Aaron Judge will break or not break the single season home run record for the Yankees, text your answer to 536 536. Message and data rates may apply. One message per vote. Well, that looked like a great pitch by Drew Pomeranz. That's a pitcher's pitch.
I'm surprised nobody said anything. At least I give him credit.
Now, no place to put Holiday, who struck out looking in the first inning. So it's Torres, Sanchez, and Judge on the bases. 1-0 New York. High chop. Travis coming home. Got the out at the plate. Back to first. Double play. The Red Sox turn 2. And Pomeranz gets out of the inning. Presented by DeWalt FlexVolt. Back to that double play.
What a big play. You see Travis throws it to Vasquez, back to Travis, bang bang at first. I can't get a bigger play. Gets Pomeranz out of this jam, bases loaded jam. You'll look back at that.
DeWalt FlexVolt is the official power tool of the Boston Red Sox. And the official president of the Boston Red Sox, Sam Kennedy, joining us in the booth on what is a very, very busy weekend, Sam, for the Boston Red Sox. First thing I want to ask you about is, how did they put that wall together to honor Vietnam War veterans? And it's so much like, obviously, the wall in Washington, D.C. It's a smaller version, but on Van Ness, it's incredible.
It's stunning. You know, it was really moving when we walked out there today. You see the guys putting it up. They worked all day, and it was terrific. A bunch of veterans out there themselves. It's 2/3 the size of the Vietnam Memorial, and it is quite moving when you go check out those 53,000 plus names of the folks who sacrificed their lives for our country. And we're really excited this weekend to celebrate veterans and everything that the John Henry, Tom Werner, Larry Lucchino administration has done over the past decade for our great veterans.
Dustin Pedroia with a mile-high pop-up on the infield. Headley coming down the line, and he's going to take it in foul territory. One man gone. And so a lot happening over this weekend, obviously, and a lot of folks are here for a lot of different reasons. And I know the organization has gotten behind military men and women, and people like myself who have a son serving right now, anyone who has a son or daughter. I mean, it's wonderful what the Red Sox do.
Yeah, well, in 2007, we were fortunate enough to go down to the White House, and we went to Walter Reed. And when we were down there, our chairman, Tom Werner, talked to a few of the doctors, and he said, look, what can we do to help? There's all these guys coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and what can the Red Sox do in our local market to help and give back? And yeah, that's where they came up with the idea for the home base program, to treat folks with post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injury, coming back from the war. And it's been a real focus for the last decade here with the Red Sox Foundation and the home base program. And it's just a tip of the cap to Tom and General Jack Hammond at the home base program, and Gina Borson and Jeff White and everyone with the Red Sox Foundation who just give so much to this great program for these real heroes. And our players have been great. You guys, Nesson has been terrific in promoting and supporting it, and we're all excited for the big run tomorrow.
Yeah, well, when the Red Sox do something, man, they get it done. Yeah. They really do. And this thing took off, this run.
There it is. I remember the last time I ran, I got smoked by Ben Cherington. He ran right by me, so now I've started to walk in this event. You can see some folks walking there. It's run or walk, and everyone can get involved and support it out by texting. You see the number there on the screen. All the info is on homebase.org. And I can't tell you how many veterans I've come across over the last 10 years who have just said, thank you to the Red Sox for supporting this incredible initiative. And really, it's us who need to thank the veterans, the men and women who give so much to their country. We're fortunate enough to be able to work in baseball. And I always tell people this is better than a real job. There are men and women out there, OB, like your son, fighting for our country each and every day. And just a small thing for the Red Sox to get involved with. But we try to get behind it in a big way because it's really important to give back to the community here in Boston.
More great work done by the Red Sox Foundation. Of course, $13 million raised. That'll happen tomorrow morning. Our own Tom Caron running in his 7th. Shattered bad looper into left field. And looked like a scoop. Yep, that ball's down. And it'll be a base hit for Xander Bogaerts with 1 down in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, I hope TC is a better runner than he is a hockey player. we all know how the Red Sox front office team took it to Nesson this year out on the ice. So.
And you can say that because you're a serious player.
Yeah, well, I'm not a serious player because if my high school coach is watching, he would be able to tell you that I'm not even close to a serious player. But I can tell you that TC is cheap and throws the butt end around in front of the net. Oh yeah,
he's a dirty player.
He's nasty. Right? Oh yeah. And and your CFO at Nesson, Ray Gilbo, is even cheaper.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yep. The Nesson folks are tough. Sean McGrail, Ray Gilbo, they go out, they recruit all sorts of Division I college hockey players to come in for a summer internship.
They get into it. It's serious.
Yeah. They're all over it.
Yeah, that's against all the rules, I think, as Hanley steps in and takes a ball. Complete lack of etiquette.
But look at this weekend is like, of all weekends, this is like happening.
Well, it's exciting, you know, to end the first half the way we did. I think 11 games over, you know, and to be 3.5 games up. It's really exciting, and to get going with the Yankees, a lot of life pumped into the rivalry again, and it was a long All-Star break. We were ready to get back.
Hanley 0 for 1. It's a high, deep drive in the left center field. That one back toward the wall, and that's out of here. Home run, Hanley Ramirez, number 14. And the Red Sox jump into the lead, 2-1.
Well, Montgomery finally challenges somebody with a fastball. You can see why he hasn't up till now. Hanley makes him pay. .92-mile-an-hour cross seamer. Let's see where it is. Middle. He goes down and gets it just a little bit. He lifts this ball. Look at the extension. And this ball is gone. When Hanley hits one good, it's out of here. Everybody looked up. Big pitch.
His 6th home run, his last 12 games against the Yankees. For every Sox home run this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Now through the end of the month, use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience.
You talk about momentum shifting from a double play ball with the bases loaded to the Red Sox winning 2-1.
I need to come back more often. No. Viewers are saying no.
No. In there for a strike on Chris Young, who was 0 for 1 with a fly to left field. You really do feel, and we said this during the open, Sam, that there's more electricity now for this particular Yankee Red Sox series than anyone I can remember in a while. And you know, going back to the previous 5 meetings of the year, there was a little something going on, you know, social media wise between the two, and that hadn't happened in recent history.
Definitely. Well, I think you've seen both clubs go through a transition with David Ortiz moving on, and Pedro and Manny, of course, and the great rivalries from the early days with Derek Jeter moving on and A-Rod gone. It's just a different feel, but now you're starting to see a lot of the great star young players for the Yankees come along. Brian Cashman's done a great job, and obviously our organization, we feel we've done a good job of drafting and developing, and so it takes some time, but now here we are with some of the brightest stars in the game on both teams. And I know Rob Manfred will tell you that's good for baseball, and it's great to have both teams battling it out.
Roll 2, Gregorius will dig that and set down Chris Young. And I think it's a great point, too, about all the young talents. So many of them are here. When you think of Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts, Jackie Bradley, think about Judge and Sanchez and some of the guys the Yankees have. We're going to be looking at these guys going toe-to-toe for years to come.
For a long time. And it was great. I watched the home run derby with my kids. We were so into it, and to see this guy Judge, and then the humility that he has. I'm not sure there's going to be you know, some Veritek A-Rod moments with him. He's so polite, but you know what? You're right, Eck. You never know.
Jackie Bradley with a pop-up. Gregorius to center field to retire the side, but Hanley Ramirez touches them all, and the Red Sox now have a 2-1 lead. Sam, great to see it. Thanks so much,
you guys. Thanks for all you're doing.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
Have a great weekend. Sox up by 1. Audi dealers in the 2018 Audi Q5. Bedgear, the official performance betting partner of the Red Sox. Citizens Bank. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Come to Your Coffee Senses with Cumberland Farms, just 99 cents all day, every day. Sox in front 2-1 on the Hanley Ramirez blast up into the monster seats. Hanley has been picking on those Yankees. So a lead for Drew Pomeranz, who got the double play ball on Holiday with the bases loaded and 1 down last inning.
Can't help but think about the home run that Hanley hit off of Patansis, right? There was that walk-off piece, wasn't it, last year?
Dead away center field, yeah.
Yes.
Gregorius is 0 for 1. He has popped out foul to the catcher. So far, Pomeranz has allowed 3 hits. All of those last inning. But a huge double play. Sox have won 7 of Drew's last 9 starts. He has been pinned with just 1 loss in his last 10 starts. 9-4 coming in.
He's the Porcello of 2017.
Check swing foul.
7 runs a game they're averaging for him. But he just seems so comfortable. He really does. And good rhythm with his curveball. I mean, you see the strikeouts. I mean, it's incredible. This guy has punched out so many guys. His whole career, he's almost won an inning.
Garrett Cooper on deck, and then Jacoby Ellsbury, the 2-2. Flared foul.
You'd like to see him be in good shape. If one thing that he's missing is going real deep into the games. Nowadays, 6 innings is enough, but the pitch count for him has always been pretty high. He never gets into the 6th inning with 70 pitches. It's always borderlining 100.
Looking for his 3rd K. And gets it. Boom. 93 to fan Didi Gregorius. Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. You can pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today and get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer. Let's grill KM.
Looks pretty confident to me, especially the way he threw that last fastball. He said, "Here, hit it. See ya." Got a little giddy up on that fastball.
Cooper's 0 for 1. His first major league at bat, lining to second. 6th round draft choice out of Auburn University. Game 2 of the series coming up tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. That'll be Chris Sale, fresh off his all-star start, taking on Luis Severino. Should be an outstanding matchup. Chris goes in 11-4 at 2.75 ERA.
Boy,
heading into the second half, don't you think the favorite to win the Cy Young?
Oh, without a doubt, right this second.
Strong performance in the All-Star game, back-to-back starts. That's just
flinched.
inside.
The ball, I guess that ball was inside. It looked better than where he was set up. Sometimes you just hit the glove, you think, yeah, that's a strike. But anyway, he's set up inside.
Two. Jammed him again.
But you know, normally they don't set up their ace against your ace, right? Because that's a wash. You want to have a, if you're going to set up I don't understand the rotation. They just said, okay, we'll go with Severino, our ace, against Sale. I mean, you don't normally see that.
Porcello goes on Sunday against Mitchell in game 1. Game 2 is Price against Tanaka. Looked like he went. He did. Home plate umpire rings him up. Cooper goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Pomeranz. So he gets him in the end. 2 gone.
Boy, he featured inside so much. He thinking inside, he couldn't hold up. Curveball, not even close in the dirt, but so conscious of the ball inside, he just gets too anxious.
To me, this is one of the bigger differences with Drew Pomeranz and a run that he's been on, as you said, the last couple of months plus. When the Red Sox get a couple of runs, he comes back the next inning more frequently now than we saw in his first year and shuts them down.
I mean, that time everybody talks about shutdown innings, but it's something in the way he does it, isn't it? Then boom, he shuts them down. Then the Red Sox score more runs. But he could have got upset at that 3-2 pitch last inning to Judge. He did not. Ended up getting a double play ball. I give him a lot of credit for not reacting to that pitch.
And the 1-1 to Ellsbury, who's 0 for 1 with a fly to center. Popped him up into left field. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning on the heels of the home run by Hanley. So in the middle of the 4th inning, it's the Sox 2 and the Yankees 1 at Fenway. RBI program transforming the lives of inner city kids through baseball, promoting health and wellness, because neighborhood values are what you value. Last half of the 4th inning, 2-1, Red Sox leading the Yankees here in game 1 after the All-Star break. Sam Travis to lead things off against Jordan Montgomery. Red Sox roughed him up last inning on a 2-run blast by Hanley Ramirez. Sam is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 2nd.
Boy, Sam's got to get frustrated with all these changeups. He struck out on a 3-2 changeup last time. Chasing that one right there.
Be followed by Christian Vasquez. 2-1. Montgomery split last season between AA and AAA. Went 14-5 with a 2.13 ERA. Ranked the Yankees number 13 prospect coming into this season, and finds himself in the majors here in 2017. Fourth-round draft pick out of South Carolina, which has produced over the last several years a lot of major league talent. including the Red Sox gifted center fielder Jackie Bradley. A 3-1.
I've never seen anything like it. 6'6" throwing changeups 50% of the time. He uses his changeup like a fastball.
And a payoff pitch to Travis. And he walked him. Pretty good at bat there. So leadoff man is on. Back to the studio now. And Casey, what is trending on social media at this hour?
Guys, you can't give Aaron Judge much flack after his performance in the home run derby, coupled with his first half of the season, but you can chirp him a little bit. Just surfacing on the internet, his senior superlative from high school. He was dubbed the most flirty in high school. He's definitely going to be catching flack for that tonight. No home runs off Drew Pomerantz, though, so let's keep it that way, guys.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be the one to go up and call him that. 6'7", 282 pounds. I think, heck, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I'm going to meet him, and we think I'm going to say something like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I heard that you're the flirty guy.
Yeah, the flirty one from high school.
Sure.
I don't think so.
He's a big flirt, all right. Monster flirt.
Well, the Yankees are raving about his personality and what a nice kid he is. As Vasquez rips a base hit into left field. Travis up to second. He'll stop there. Well, once again, the Red Sox with a couple of base runners. That's been the case in every inning so far tonight. At least 2 men on.
Every time he gets a fastball out over the plate, they put a good swing on it. The ball's inside. Look how quick Vasquez is. Kind of cleans it out right between short and third. Clean base hit.
So now comes Marrero, who took ball 4 in the second. Followed by Mookie Betts.
Bunt wouldn't be outrageous right here, would it?
You know, Headley thinks something's on. He's in close at third. He's angling. We've seen Marrero bunt for a base hit. And again, Sanchez, who loves to go to the mound, is out there again.
You think he leads the league in trips to the mound?
I think it's close.
Yeah, I bet.
It's something I'd really like to see limited next year and in years to come. Catcher visits to the pitcher's mound. First and second, nobody out. He is indicating a bunt, fouls it away for a strike.
Well, he turned around late, didn't give it up, but he didn't bunt it either. You're going to do it, do it.
Red Sox ahead 2-1 in the fourth. They have had Montgomery into some kind of trouble in every inning. And Hanley Ramirez made him pay after the base hit to Bogarts by slugging a 2-run shot.
He's trying to bunt this ball to Headley, is what he wants to do.
Headley coming in from third, now backing up. He's not bunting. Ground ball. Here's Gregorius. He goes to second. And out of the glove, and everybody's going to be safe. The Yankees butcher that. And with nobody out there, all loaded up.
What a huge play. Major mistake by the Yankees. I thought it was a great play that Gregorio went to second base. Torreyes wasn't ready for it or something, took his eye off it, but he picked it, went back to second for the force, and he took his eye off it. That's all there is to it, and completely messed this play up. See him looking towards first base too soon, doesn't make the catch. Bases loaded, nobody out. What a mistake.
Fielder's choice, E4. Loaded up for Mookie Betts. Mookie has singled and struck out. That skips away, no advance. Everyone's going to stay put. Travis holding at third.
I don't know how many times the Red Sox were in that situation. They couldn't get the bunt down, and they still got it. I think it was Lynn got up a couple times, hit ground ball back to pitcher, and it just ended up being moving the runners up, but they got lucky. I thought they were going to get lucky again. Well, they did get lucky again. The air.
A chance to make that error really sting. And a 1-0 pitch. Popped him up. Off third foul. Headley there. So 1 man away. Dustin Pedroia next.
Montgomery's been in trouble every inning. This kid's been in trouble. You see the pitch count way up there.
Pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. They have activity in their bullpen. Jonathan Holder getting going. But as you say, that pitch count up into the mid-80s. Pedroia has walked and popped up 0 for 1. Sox with a man at every base and 1 down.
I think Pedroia would try to stay back. You saw Betts get anxious on a changeup and pop it up. You know, Petey likes to hit the ball the other way. It seemed like he'd stay back, go up the middle. This guy's not going to give you a fastball to hit, I don't think.
And Sanchez is coming out again.
Yeah, we got to have a meeting.
Called out this time by Montgomery. Going to rename it the catcher's mound for him. Last 54 games, Pedroia hitting .322, by the way.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody with the bases loaded only hitting 100. Every time I see that stat, somebody's doing damage.
And Pedroia .315 in his career. Travis, Vasquez, and Marrero. Sox up 2-1. Could change here. Pedroia can get a hold of something.
This guy lives dangerously. He just behind in the count a lot.
He throws that change up here. He would really be a believer in it.
Pedroia's got to stay back.
The 2-0 from the lefty.
There it is.
He really does believe in it. 2-0 change right through there. Bogart's on deck. All filled up. Crowd wants a big swing. Instead, he buried it. 3-1.
Boy, he's going to live and die with that changeup. That's all there is to it. He walks in a run, he might get the hook.
He's walked 3 men so far tonight, including the runner at third base, Travis, in this inning. Great count for Dustin. The 3-1.
Oh. I've never seen anything like it. That is incredible. 3-1 changeup. Perfect. Down, out front. Whoa. You got to sit on it.
They lead at first, second, and third, and the 3-2 to Pedroia. Ground ball and a base hit. Travis is in. Red Sox lead at 3-1 as Vasquez stops at third base. Dustin Pedroia with his 42nd RBI.
Dustin stayed back just long enough on that changeup, hooked it in the hole.
Larry Rothschild, a pitching coach, coming out.
Another changeup, stayed back as much. He flipped it. You see him flip it with his hands late. He was gone, but he flipped it in the hole. Perfect. Only one run comes in. You ask Pedroia right now, he's saying, I can't believe this guy.
And yet Pedroia has been on base twice. Cooper, the home plate up, out to break it up. And they are reloaded, and the Red Sox expand the lead to 3-1 for Xander Bogaerts, who has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. He was aboard when Hanley launched his 2-run homer. So Xander could really provide a serious cushion. Came into the ball game hitting .316 with runners in scoring position. Dustin Pedroia continues to get it done with runners in scoring position. First pitch will miss for ball one. Pedroia, since August 9th of last year, hitting .414 with men in scoring position, which is #1 in the majors over that span. Bogaerts, another guy who can hit with the bases loaded. Time and time again, we've seen him just shoot one to right field with the bases jammed like this. Here's the 1-0. A strike.
That's shocking. Fastball for a strike.
Jordan Montgomery, the rookie, in trouble again. The 1-1 to Xander. You know, for the impressive nature at times he has shown us with that changeup, he's been in trouble in every single inning.
Almost every at bat he's in trouble. He can't get a, you know, 1 pitch out, 2 pitch out.
And he's thrown 93 pitches already. Red Sox have been patient with him. Now looking for another really big hit. The 2-1. Flared to make it 2-2.
And it's tough when you're facing a guy and every hitter's count, you're going to get a changeup, and it's a good one. You couldn't throw that many changeups if it wasn't a good one. I mean, it looks like fastball.
He came in 6-4, 3.65 ERA. So at this point, he had been impressive. I don't know if tonight qualifies. Facing the Sox for the first time. One down, bases jammed. Anthony Ramirez on deck.
He tries to make you anxious, doesn't he? I mean, that's why he's taking so long. Isn't that his ploy? It's making me anxious.
95 pitches with 1 out in the 4th inning. As we said a couple of innings ago, he was not long for this game. Red Sox have had him in difficulty in every single inning. Up the middle, Torres to Gregorius, and he'll turn 2. To get out of that, Red Sox get just the 1 run. And at the end of 4, the Sox are in front 3-1 over the Yankees. Ford Trucks, built Ford tough, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. Save up to 25% with Sabre fares at Amtrak.com, and by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Dustin Pedroia with an RBI single to give the Red Sox a 3-1 lead on the Yankees as we take it to the 5th inning. Dennis Ecker's lead. Dave O'Brien with his. Chase Headley will lead things off. He has scored the only New York run to this point after a base hit in the 3rd. Driven in by Gary Sanchez in an RBI single. Then Aaron Judge walked to load the bases with only 1 down, and Pomeranz was facing a dangerous guy in Matt Holliday. He got him to hit into an inning-ending double play, which went first to home and back to first. Huge play in this game potentially. Yankees tonight beginning an 11-game road trip to begin the 2nd half. Starting it here at Fenway, then it's on to Minnesota and then to Seattle.
Pretty impressive, Pomeranz. He threw a change up the first pitch. He's seen so many of them from the other side of the field. He thought he'd throw one, threw one, and he's mixed in a couple of cutters. Got Headley to chase the last one. See how he puts him away. Fastball up.
Line shot, base hit. Maybe more down the line up against the monster. Headley churning into second base, going to get there with a double. So he went back to that fastball, but Headley is now 2 for 2.
Kind of rocks your world a little bit right there after he pitching, a couple of cutters, nice pitches, and then he tries to go upstairs. And I'll tell you, you got to be careful upstairs. If you don't get it up enough, see him turn on that. He was in a pull mode anyway. Marrero way off the line.
So Torreyes next, second baseman who committed that error in the bottom of the 4th inning by not looking that throw into his glove.
That could have been a disaster. They got 1 run. This game should be 5-1 right now.
Feels like it.
Yep.
Here's a base hit, 1 for 1 tonight. Yanks that one foul for strike 1. And for the Red Sox, tomorrow is a Sale day. Chris Sale on the hill, going after his 12th win of the year. In game 2 of a 4-game series Sunday, a doubleheader. I was a kid, there would be scheduled doubleheaders at Fenway.
I loved doubleheaders when I was a kid.
Weren't they the best?
They really were. And even when I played, when I first came up, there was doubleheaders. The first 2 or 3 years before, not interleague, before expansion got a hold of it.
Of course, this was back in the days where you could see 2 games in about 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, my first start in the big leagues was a doubleheader, the first game of a doubleheader in Cleveland. They used to pack the house for doubleheaders.
Oh yeah. Bang for the buck. 1-1.
Oh, that's a gift.
Yankees have not been a great road team, 19-24 on the road, and we mentioned they've got to go out west at the end of this 11-game road trip. They're just 7-16 against the American League West. They're going to play 4 in Seattle at the end of the trip. Cut on and miss, down he goes. Got him to chase.
Boy, it worked this time. A chest high fastball. Just hoping that just have a guy look at it. He didn't look at it. He's swinging at it. Thank you.
Talking about the upcoming schedule. Kind of a grueling way to begin the 2nd half, particularly when your club is not playing well. And that's certainly true of Joe Girardi's team, the way they went into the All-Star break. It's a really critical part of the season for them. Maybe not make or break, but close. And they are losing right now to the Sox 3-1 in the 5th inning as Gardner gets in. He's walked and struck out. Gardner one of just 5 players drafted by the Yankees to collect at least 1,000 hits with the ball club. The others, Thurman Munson, Don Mattingly, Derek Jeter, and Jorge Posada.
Boy, he's been there a long time. He really has.
He's been a gritty player. You make a mistake and pipe one, he can take you out of the ballpark. 15 home runs. Line shot, base hit. Headley rounding. He's going to score. And that makes it a 1-run game on the RBI single by Gardner's 41st RBI.
Yeah, back-to-back curveballs. He stayed. He had a good look at the first one for a strike. And he backs it up with another curveball. Not that bad of a curveball, but that's a nice piece of hitting. Go down there and get it, hit it in the gap, RBI. Headley scores.
Gary Sanchez will be next. It is a potent Yankee lineup, no doubt about that. Sanchez a big part of it now that he's returned. Missed 21 games earlier in the season with a biceps injury. On the night, an RBI single and a flyout, 1 for 2. Pomeranz could really use a ground ball right at a middle infielder. That would keep him from having to face Aaron Judge, who's on deck. If he can get that double play here. Sox ahead by 1 now.
Try to lay off. So tempting. That's why I'm telling you, it's danger up there.
Chad Green also up in their bullpen along with Holder, who continues to warm up. Yankee starter Montgomery tonight has been very fortunate. He hasn't given up 5, 6, 7 runs. Boy, did he go for the downs there. And it's 0-2. A wicked cut by Sanchez.
Just don't throw a strike with this fastball. Get it up out of the zone. It beat him too.
Sanchez got to the semifinals of the home run derby at the All-Star game, which of course Judge won going away. Got a piece.
Thank God that ball's in. You get extension by this guy. He can go deep the other way too.
In the inning, Headley with a double, Gardner with an RBI single. Gardner now at first base.
Back upstairs again.
2-strike pitch.
He hasn't twisted his wrist yet. And this is bat. Everything hard.
And a 1-2.
Oh.
High fly ball left field. That one rising up, up, up. And that one is totally out of Fenway. Sanchez with his 14th. Back and forth we go, and now the Yankees have the lead.
To me, you're flirting with danger. You just are. Boy, he toned it up just a hair, and he was ready, man. You can't. They're always ready for fastballs. Look at this fastball. All fastballs, and then this one just bad placement. It ball's up, middle, and he destroys it.
Completely out of Fenway. And the Yankees take a 4-3 lead. And now Judge, who's gone 0 for 1 with a walk.
Then you see the cutter to the next pitch. Maybe that was the pitch to throw.
He hammers that one foul. Judge was recently asked about something fans don't know about him, and he said, "I'm starting to learn how to play the piano." He said he had one put in his parents' home, and he said, maybe in a couple of years I'll be good. Holiday on deck. Yankees up a run here in the 5th. Three and one.
Just got carried away that one at bat. Too many fastballs. Want to kick yourself after that. That's the pitch. Cutter, nasty in. When they're sitting fastball, that's the one that eats them up. And he's featured a lot more cutters tonight than I've seen in the past. 3-1 pitch. He missed that by 6 inches.
3-2. Fly ball in the center field, not deep. Jackie Bradley in. 2 down. Let's get down to Jemai.
Hey, what's up, guys? That's right. Not much of an all-star break for New York Yankees rookie Aaron Judge. He hit 47 home runs in the home run derby. The furthest one went 513 feet. To give you some perspective, we're here in right field, and that's the Ted Williams seat. 502 feet, his longest home run inside of Fenway Park. So if we're talking about Aaron Judge, I have to start taking a few steps up to try and get to 513. It is probably way out here, and a few of those home runs actually hit the roof. So it shows just how much power he has in his bat.
Oh, man. Impressive. Just flied out. He is 0 for 2 tonight, so nothing tape measure-ish at the moment.
Well, they were hitting golf balls in that.
Yeah.
Derby, wouldn't you think? I mean, it's not regular balls.
They've got to tighten those up,
oh,
don't they?
Please.
Holiday chops a foul. He has struck out and hit into a double play. It's entertaining nonetheless.
Yes, I agree.
Holiday, tremendous power in his own right. The Judge has been on another planet, but the Red Sox have gotten him a couple times tonight. Pomeranz now into the 90s in his pitch count. Remember the last time he faced the Yankees, went 5 innings and 123 pitches. That's in there, got him looking, strike 3. Side retired, but Sanchez gets Pomeranz in this inning, and the Yankees have the lead by 1 in the middle of the 5th. Technologies donates $50 to the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress. Echo Store is proud to assist MDSC in helping ensure individuals with Down syndrome to be valued. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Back at Fenway at the midway point, bottom of the fifth coming up. 4-3 Yankees lead it. They're going to bring on a new pitcher. And a right-hander, Chad Green. He was acquired by the Yankees from the Tigers last December.
Look at the numbers, man. He's had a nice year for them. A lot of innings, a lot of punch-outs.
And Ramirez first man in against him. Hanley 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer. His 14th of the year. That was off Jordan Montgomery, who exited after 4 pretty rocky innings. He was in trouble in every single inning.
I don't know how he made it.
Did not pitch long enough to qualify for a victory tonight. So he gets yanked after 4. The Red Sox maybe kicking themselves that they didn't do a lot more with Montgomery with all the trouble he was in. But a chance now against a right-hander. And that's a strike.
2-0 slider. 94 fastball.
Red Sox going into play tonight with a 3.5 game lead over both the Yankees and Tampa Bay. Good take. 3-1.
There's no such thing as a hitter's count fastball ever in this game anymore.
Well, certainly not tonight.
No, especially tonight.
Loop toward left, charging on Gardner. He'll make the play. 1 man out in the 5th. Nesson's Andy Brickley steps out of the booth and onto the course for an all-new Nesson Series on course with Andy Brickley. Saturday, July 22nd. Join Brick and Hall of Famer Jim Rice. They take it to the greens at the International in Bolton, Massachusetts. Brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino. There's Brick.
Figures that's where they'd be. Huh? Really?
Not to mention number 14.
He lives there.
Young is 0 for 2. He's flied out and grounded out. Jackie Bradley on deck. 4-3 Yankees, 5th inning.
Fastball took off a little bit.
So Young in the hole. Here comes the 0-2.
They got the sailing fastball is what he's got. It's not a cutter. It just takes off.
Well, the Cubs got aggressive with a trade, getting Quintana from the White Sox.
Boy, that never happens, does it? Trading in the same city? I mean, it's unheard of.
Coming over from the south side of Chicago. Cubs have had a disappointing season to this point, as Young will take a seat. He is 0 for 3. Chicago Cubs in second place behind Milwaukee, 5.5 games out. And Theo Epstein said, yep, there's no question we've had a disappointing first half. He said we haven't played very well. It's on us. I mean, and then went out and made a big trade.
You know, they were supposed to be this dynasty, right? You go from a dynasty to playing 500 baseball. I mean, they're capable of turning it on, but.
Yep. Right now, 2 games under. Is Jackie Bradley 1 for 2 with a base hit. I don't know if many fans are aware of this, but Jackie is a distant relative of the NBA legend Michael Jordan. Jordan's grandfather and Jackie's great-great-grandmother were siblings.
I got to think about that for a while. We're going back.
I'm going back.
Back.
Yeah. Back. But a family connection to Michael Jordan. I would brag on that all day. It's fouled back. I'd wake up in the morning saying, "You realize that? I'm related to Michael."
You think Michael knows?
I bet he does.
Well, Jackie's going to have to tell him if he doesn't.
Two down, bases empty, 4-3 Yankees. And a time granted. Big shift on the right side on JBJ.
Oh,
strike 3.
Oh.
Rung up by the home plate umpire at Cooper. Jackie was hot and now walking away. Looked like it was off the plate. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Buy or get up to 72 months no interest with equal payments and no minimum. See Jordans.com for details. To the 6th. Pomeranz back out there, but Heath Hembree is throwing in the Sox bullpen. With a 4-3 Yankee lead, they're going to send up Gregorius, Cooper, and Ellsbury. And Pomeranz in need of a fast inning. Last inning he didn't get one. Headley doubled off him. Gardner singled him in. Sanchez then hit a 2-run homer. Up and over the monster seats, completely out of the ballpark, and the Yankees took a 4-3 lead. Fly to center field, routine play here for Jackie Bradley. And Gregorius is 0 for 3. Pomeranz pitching line now brought to you by Ace Ticket.
Really, it comes down to the home run more than anything else. The pitch count starting to get him. Once again, the 6th inning. This guy got him. 0-2 fastball.
Garrett Cooper's 0 for 2 in his big league debut. He's lined to second and struck out.
I like that cutter. These right-handed hitters coming out of their shoes.
Ellsbury would be next. And the 0-1. jammed him again. He's really living inside on Cooper.
I'll tell you what, in this game more than anything else, he's going to take away from it this cutter. I mean, because I've seen better cutters from him in this game than I've ever seen before. Especially after the home run. I mean, that home run beats you like that. It's like, oh, I bet you he would love to throw him a cutter. Backdoor cutter.
Yankees are trying to go to 5-1 against the Sox this season. He chased, pitched down into the dirt, and down he goes for strike 3. So 2 fast outs here in the 6th inning for the left-hander. And that'll send up Jacoby. Red Sox will have due up come the bottom of the 6th inning, the bottom third of the order. Travis, Vasquez, and Marrero.
Seems like a lifetime ago that Ellsbury played for the Red Sox. I'll never forget the year he had in 2011. He didn't get the MVP, but I thought he should have. I mean, Verlander got it. And how can you complain about that? I mean, he won 24 games, but watching him play all year, Ellsbury in 2011, he's as good as it gets.
Spectacular year, power-wise.
Yep, 32 home runs, over 100 RBIs, hitting out of the #1 spot, hit 320, whatever it was. Just an incredible year. 50 bags, whatever.
Got a huge contract out of that.
Did he?
A lot of people believe that had the Red Sox won that last game and gotten into postseason play, he would have won the MVP. That it would have gone to Ellsbury, but the fact the Red Sox did not and faded down the stretch and gave it up, got caught and then passed for the playoffs, that made the difference.
Yeah, because it was obviously a horrible September. It didn't have anything to do with him.
Fly toward left center field, and Young is over to make the catch. And 1, 2, 3, the Yankees go here in the 6th inning. 4-3 New York. Dunkin's iced coffee is consistently smooth and delicious. Dunkin' Donuts coffee #1 in New England. The Boston Red Sox run on Dunkin'. And John Farrell chatting up Drew Pomeranz after that inning.
One mistake. Hopefully it won't cost him the game. The Red Sox will come back, but I thought he threw the ball well tonight.
Mitch Moreland's going to bat here for Sam Travis, who walked and scored and also struck out, went 0 for 1. Getting a lefty up against the right-hander Chad Green. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-3 Yankees. Mitch has been scuffling a little bit with the bat since fracturing that toe. He's continued to play through that. And a tough series against Tampa Bay, and the last stop of the last trip, 1 for 14. Looking to get on to begin the 6th inning.
Well, this guy's fastball just does not straight. It takes off. It's got a little extra on it. Impressive the first inning.
He's a strike thrower. And he's ahead on Moreland 0-2. Vasquez on deck, and then Marrero. And the Red Sox have an active bullpen. Matt Barnes starting to throw beyond the right field fence.
Well, I'd be talking about that cutter, man. I'd use that cutter. I love that cutter tonight. Going forward, I think about that a lot more.
1-2. Pomeranz has been so good. 9-4 record coming in. Only 1 loss in his last 10 starts. 1 loss for him.
I mean, he's not happy with the outcome, but I thought he threw pretty good. Yeah, I loved when he didn't get upset over that 3-2 pitch to Judge. That showed me something.
Yep. Eventually came back to get him to fly to center, but Sanchez got him for the 2-run homer. That's the pitch you'd like back. That fastball, the 2-2. And down goes Moreland on strikes.
Yeah,
3 consecutive Ks for Green.
Excuse me. Tomorrow at 2:30, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abood. Available at Men's Warehouse. We'll have the highlights of the run to home base, which takes place tomorrow morning, and the latest Red Sox news.
They're asking fans to be in their seats by 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. First pitch a little after 4. For a special Vietnam veterans pregame ceremony here at Fenway Park. There are going to be 1,300 veterans on the field before the game. This is a very near and dear to the heart of Mookie Betts, because his dad, Willie, is a veteran of the Vietnam War too. Vasquez is singled and also hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice. Red Sox trailing by 1 in the 6th. Two cut on and missed. Boy, back-to-back strikeouts.
This dude, Chad Green, is good dealing tonight. 4 punch-outs in a row. Got to love his fastball. Got a little extra carry on it. High cheese, forget about it.
And we'll send up Devin Marrero. He has walked, and he's also reached on a fielder's choice and error in the 4th inning on a drop by Torreyes. That loaded up the bases with nobody out, but the Red Sox will only get 1 run in that inning. So that was the really frustrating inning so far.
That should have been a disaster. I mean, right? I mean, oh.
For the Yankees, yeah.
At the time, I thought, oh, this is serious trouble.
Torreyes got a little bit lucky. But the Sox only got the 1. At the time, they took a 3-1 lead. The Yankees have jumped back into the lead 4-3.
Luckily, Pedroia did get a base hit. At least they scored.
Off the outside.
You see how that ball carried? He kind of caught it funny. He couldn't even hold it there. Ball's got life to it. Devin
Marrero, one of the many who starred in the Cape Cod League while he was in school as he rolls that one foul. Playing for Katuitt back in 2011. He was an all-star on the Cape.
You know, I have never been to a Cape game.
You never have?
I never have.
Oh, you got to go.
Yeah, I do.
You've got to go.
I mean,
It's a terrific way to spend a summer night. It really is.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
It's old-fashioned. You know, it's you'll be there with your ice cream cone, the ice cream melting down your hand, you know, as you're watching the college kids play. And can you imagine being on the Cape several years ago and seeing this tall left-hander slinging it up there at 96 miles an hour, and you say to yourself, this Chris Sale kid might have a future.
Right. There's so many big leaguers, man, that have played there.
And Chris was a top prospect on the Cape. He pitches tomorrow here at Fenway as that one's flicked foul out of play. He'll go in game 2 against the Yankees, coming off his all-star appearance.
Looked good in the all-star game. You go 2 innings, it's a big deal in the all-star game nowadays.
When does he not look good on the mound? Spectacular season for the southpaw. Now the 3-2 to Marrero.
Jeez.
Boy, another strikeout, 5 in a row for Chad Green. He has been a smoke show. 4-3 New York after 6. The first aid station here at Fenway. It's right behind section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. 7th inning, 4-3 Yankees. A couple of changes here for the Red Sox. Moreland will stay in to play first, and Matt Barnes is the new pitcher. He allowed the game-tying run on Sunday at Tampa Bay, snapping his 6-game scoreless streak. His 41st appearance of the season. So Pomeranz worked the first 6, giving up 4 runs, 6 hits. First man in will be Chase Headley, who's had a good night, a single and a double.
There's that good curveball by Barnes. That sets up the at-bat big time. So they've leaned on Barnes a lot. You think about it, the first half of the season. He and Hembree, those two in particular, I think they've leaned on.
Yeah, I think John Farrell would like to limit their appearances a little bit in the second half. Into center, Jackie Bradley in to make the play. Headley out for the first time in the game. He's 2 for 3.
Tomorrow at 3, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Jim Rice will preview tomorrow's starter Chris Sale and the latest Red Sox news. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Of course, the big news today was the Red Sox making the announcement. Pablo Sandoval has been designated for assignment, so his Red Sox career is over. Here's Torreyes. He is singled and struck out and takes a strike. Yankees have Warren going in their pen.
We're going to see them all tonight.
Yeah, this starter did not last very long, just 4 innings.
And that's what this Yankees pitching staff was all about, if you think about it. It's about their bullpen. Chapman and Betances, Warren, Clippard, who hasn't pitched very well this year. But that's what their strong suit was. Betances, he's been wild lately.
He sure has. He's been walking the ballpark. He even did it in the All-Star game.
Yeah, it was scary looking what he was doing.
He's been an outstanding pitcher.
All-Star 4 years in a row.
Look at that. Last 5 games, an ERA of 17. 10 walks and 3 2/3. Bounced up there to Torreyes. Brett Gardner on deck. Yankees leading 4-3 in the 7th. One man away, nobody on base for New York, and a 2-2. Roll to third. Marrero on the charge. Got rid of that in a hurry for the second out. 2 up, 2 down.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time with the latest news on Celtics Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens on the Gordon Hayward signing. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do.
Here comes Gardner now. He has walked, struck out, and he's singled in a run. And he was on base when Sanchez launched his home run, a 2-run shot that put the Yankees in front in the 5th. So the Red Sox offense is going to have to get Pomerantz off the hook tonight. The 1-0 to Gardner. Yankees are here for 4 games, and the Toronto Blue Jays are in for 4. And the Red Sox go to the West Coast for the last time this season, on to play Anaheim and Seattle. But a lot more home games for the Red Sox in the second half than they had in the first half, proportionately. Off the outside edge, 2-1. And Barnes with a 2-1 pitch to Brett Gardner. Knocked foul to even up the count. Sanchez on deck. They're 2, 3, and 4 are among the strongest of all the players in the majors. Sanchez, Judge, and Holiday in succession. 2-2. Chopper to first base. Fair ball. Moreland there. Retires the side. Very solid work done by Matt Barnes. He gets him 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Yankees 4, Red Sox 3 as we go to the last half of the 7th inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster with you. 6 hits for each side. Now they're going to bring on Adam Warren. Now he comes out with a 2.02 ERA. He's pitched very, very well, but I think the Red Sox have to believe this is a break that Chad Green's out of there.
Oh, 5 punch-outs, 5 in a row. I'll tell you, that fastball was said something. This guy's had a nice year for them, too. Back-to-back guys that have dazzled this year.
Mookie Betts to lead off the 7th. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit. And for the 2nd straight year, recording 15 or more home runs, 15 or more stolen bases prior to the All-Star break. In Red Sox history, the only other hitter to do that was Yaz in 1970. Another Carl Yastrzemski note. It was 40 years ago today. Yaz passed Ted Williams on a Red Sox all-time hits list, going 2 for 3 with a home run and a victory over Cleveland. July 14 of 77. Sky high pop-up, foul ground. Sanchez looking for room, but that's off into the box seats.
Looking to dive into the 2nd row is what he's looking for. I saw Fisk do that a couple of times years ago.
And make the play.
Yes, I mean, he's like a basketball player. He can dive in there.
Pudge was here tonight. Pudge was taking pictures with Judge. Aaron Judge. So it was Pudge and Judge. And the guy taking the snapshots with his phone was Joe Girardi.
Yeah, that was cute.
Around the batting cage before the game. Pedroia on deck. And a 2-2 to Mookie. Foul tipped in the mid. Down he goes. Strike 3. Boy, that is 6 straight Red Sox who have struck out.
That's a breaking ball that didn't break, and he swung and missed. Waiting for it to break. It just didn't break. It's supposed to be down and away. Watch this thing stay there.
It backed up.
Yeah.
It's a Red Sox team that does not strike out much. But 6 straight. Pedroia trying to break that now. Dustin tonight 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He's also taken ball 4. Pedroia in his career .293 against the Yankees. That's in 619 at bats. Down the line, Judge on the move and gets there. 2 down. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Let's go to TC. Tom, thank you very much. Xander Bogaerts now with 2 away. Bases clean. He's gone 1 for 3 with a single. Well, the Astros beating up on Minnesota. What a first half Houston had. With 60 wins, 29 losses. But the Dodgers actually did better than that. 61 victories for Los Angeles as Kelly starts to get loose.
I just feel sorry for the other teams in the West. Arizona, who's had like an incredible year, and Colorado. To me, the big surprise is Arizona. Arizona and Milwaukee over there.
Yep, line drive, base hit. Second hit of the ball game for Xander Bogaerts. So he's gone 2 for 4. RBI Baseball 2017 returns with fast-paced pick-up and play MLB action packed with all your favorite Major League teams, players, and ballparks. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Yep, and Ramirez with a 2-run blast in the 3rd inning. Looking to do that again. If he can, he'll put the Red Sox back in front here in the 7th. Hanley now with 14 home runs. There's a drive, head over the wall. That one on the green. Bogart's heading into 3rd base, so stop there. Taking the turn back to first base is Hanley, and he's torched a couple tonight. 1st and 3rd with 2 down.
Boy, he hit a missile here, first pitch again with slider. I thought this is the wrong ballpark. This might have been gone somewhere else. Spinning slider goes down there and gets it. Once again, that extension. This ball goes about halfway up. Karam's about 3/4 the way up. He can only get a base hit on it, but with 2 outs, 1st and 3rd for the Red Sox.
A lot of ballparks that is out of the ballpark. So now comes Benintendi to hit for Young. Hit a left-handed stick up there, and out comes Larry Rothschild. Young went 0 for 3. And Benintendi to bat for the first time tonight, hitting .279 with 12 home runs. Had a fine first half. Although he did end it 0 for his last 10, so trying to snap that.
Got to feel weird coming up for the first time after playing, you know, pretty much an everyday player, and then wait 5 days and then pinch hit.
He will stay in the game to play left field, obviously. And Benintendi drove in 51 runs in the first half, the most by a Sox rookie before the All-Star break since Fred Lynn and Jim Rice in 1975. Gold Dust twins. Two down, but 2 on. And a tying run 90 feet away in Xander Bogaerts, and Benintendi looking to pick him up. Fly ball, well struck center field. Ellsbury back to the track. He's there to make the catch. Boy, Benintendi not waiting around, and he hit it a long way, but caught by Jacoby Ellsbury. Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Subaru Retailers of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for summer travels. KM Premium Franks, it's summer, let's grill. And by Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. Now the tribute to those lost in the Vietnam War, and that is a replica of the wonderful monument in Washington, D.C. It's about 2/3 the scale, and that's on Van Ness, right outside Fenway Park. And Gary Sanchez to lead off with a little number here. And Barnes with the underhand to get him. He had done some damage earlier tonight with a 2-run homer and an RBI single. But Barnes gets him here in the 8th inning.
That's a beautiful thing. A little breaking ball, nubs it right back to you. Big out.
And now Aaron Judge, who is lined out, flied out, and taking ball 4. Thus far, he's been pretty quiet. Pounded in there, 95 for strike 1. 4 runs, just 6 hits for the Yankees. 3 runs on 8 hits for the Sox here in the 8th inning. This is the really dangerous part of the order. How about Benintendi? When Andrew hit that fly ball to center at the crack of the bat, it looked like he had gotten it. But Ellsbury got back there on the track to make the catch. He's now in left field.
What we've seen of Aaron Judge tonight, he's taken a lot of pitches. He might get himself a hook right here. No, fastball up. They love that fastball up stuff.
And down he goes on a massive swing. 2 down. Let's check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Do you think Aaron Judge will break the Yankees single season home run record? Roger Maris said it was 61. And what's your opinion tonight? Oh, that's going to be a big time no. You do not think 68% of you do not believe he's going to do it. He has 30 right now. But a lot fewer games in the so-called second half. It's not an even split, not even close.
Right, because if he hits 30, I'll tell you what, there's no way he'll hit 60 home runs. It was tough enough what he's done already.
Holiday has gone 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. He's also hit into a double play with the bases loaded. Robbie Scott throwing in the Sox bullpen, and Betances throwing in a Yankee bullpen. Red Sox will have Jackie Bradley, Mitch Moreland, and Christian Vasquez due up in the bottom of the 8th. Tried to hold up a swing and a miss.
I'll tell you what, Barnes got a good curveball tonight. He always throws hard, 94, 96, whatever. But that curveball, if he's got that curveball working, he's tough.
He got him 1, 2, 3 last inning. He's trying to do the same thing here in the 8th. And a bounded foul past first.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings live right after the game. TC and Jim Rice will break down Drew Pomerantz's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
The 1-2 to Holiday. Again, he looked to check the appeal. No swing, says Cederstrom. They went back to that curveball.
Holiday looks a little rusty tonight. Some of these check swings that aren't even close.
Just off the DL.
Right, that big double play ball. Whew, that was a big play at the time.
2-2 from Barnes. Tampa Bay Rays are opening up the second half on the West Coast. They're in Anaheim tonight taking on the Angels. A game that will begin in about 10 minutes. They have a grueling schedule right out of the gate. So do these Yankees. Here comes the 2-2. Struck him out. Caught him looking. Right at the hollow of the knee. He strikes out for the third time. Barnes very sharp to begin his second half. 2 scoreless innings. Ballpark. It's the Fenway Gridiron Series presented by Your Call Football. Tickets are on sale right now. Visit redsox.com/gridiron for more information and to get your tickets today. Bottom of the 8th, Yankees up a run. So the Red Sox beginning to run out of time, but now they get Dellin Betances just off a rocky All-Star appearance, and even rockier before the All-Star game in his recent efforts. So we'll see if the Sox can take advantage. Lately, he's been a walk machine.
Well, first of all, he throws 95 plus, but he loves his curveball. When it's on, it's unhittable.
That's what Jackie Bradley just got for strike one. Jackie's 1 for 3 with a single. Moreland on deck. And he can do that 99, but outside.
99 with a hook from hell, but he, I'll tell you, he just doesn't throw strikes. And that's what you're hoping for.
Look at this. The Yankees with 17 blown saves, tied for the most in the majors. And that's pretty nasty at 97.
I mean, you got to think about that hook. It's got to be in the back of your mind, but you got to be ready for 97.
And a 1-2 to JBJ.
Oh, see ya.
99. He dotted the corner to strike him out.
That's when Dotton was dotting. Tip your hat. You're thinking about that curveball. Forget about it. He dots a 97 piece on the corner.
Stay right here after the third out for a special behind the scenes look at what happens after the inning. That'll bring up Moreland. He's had 1 at bat tonight and he struck out. Vasquez to follow, and the 1-0. Way out in front on that curveball.
Boy, he was ready for his fastball, and he threw him a curveball.
Mitch hitting .256 with a dozen home runs. Had some big hits in the first half of the Red Sox.
Going to get that fastball. You got to be ready.
Oh, it got him. 99, and he gets drilled with it. And he will take his base. We'll see if he's all right. He's going to run to first base to show he's fine. 99.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. The way this ball was yanked over there. I mean, he threw this ball so hard. He missed so badly. He couldn't even move. Boom. That ball got him in the knee. I don't care if it's not flush or what. That's got to hurt. It kind of glanced him a little bit. You see him run to first base.
Third man he's hit with a pitch this season.
Man, talk about a misfire. And that's fire.
Zue Lin will now hit for Vasquez. So the Red Sox will need a new catcher. So Sandy Leon will play in this game. Right now it's Lin.
That pitch has got to get in his head. But Betances has got to be thinking, oh my goodness.
One down, a man aboard, and a ball inside at 100. Lynn has changed his number, by the way, from 73 to the number 5. Changed it during the All-Star break. He'll take another ball. He had a good road trip. He went 10 for 29, walked 7 times. So he will take ball 4.
We got to take a strike, I think, here.
Two and 0. He did 2 and 1. Another one at 100 from Betances.
Girardi's getting up Chapman. He can't afford to get this game get away from him.
Craig Kimbrell also coming off an All-Star game victory. Now throwing along with Robbie Scott. And they get Chapman throwing, the hard throwing left-hander. And in there for a strike. He went back to the breaking ball, 2 and 2.
I mean, he loves his breaking ball. He does. You think a guy that threw that hard would rely on his fastball, but he'll throw his breaking ball more than his fastball.
Two. Back to the heat. He fought it off.
Emergency piece. Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC and Jim Rice will preview tomorrow's matchup between Chris Sale and Luis Severino and highlights tomorrow from around the AL East.
Sandy Leon has now come to the on-deck circle, and he's going to hit in Marrero's spot. So Marrero goes down the dugout steps. Here's the 2-2 to Lynn. Got a piece again. Was just hanging in there.
That was a tough pitch to foul off, that curveball. He's just hanging in there, making this guy throw strikes. This is a good curveball. 2-strike curveball. Look at that thing go down.
Tough at bat here by Zue Lin. Moreland on at first after he was hit by a pitch. Yankees with a 1-run lead in the 8th. Here's the 2-2 again. Down he goes at 99 miles an hour, an elevated fastball. And there are 2 away here in the 8th inning for the Red Sox.
Good at bat by Lynn. You can't do much about this ball. It's got some hair on it. And he's trying to fight off all those breaking balls. Easier said than done.
So now Sandy Leon will be announced, hitting for Marrero, and he'll stay in the game to do the catching. Marrero went 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Sandy, as of late, swinging a good bat. 10 for his last 31. That's a .323 clip in his last 8 games. Starts with a breaking ball for strike 1. One strike pitch. This Yankee bullpen has been very tough tonight. Last 3 2/3 innings, they've recorded 8 strikeouts. As you said, it was going to be a strength of their ball club all season long.
And you got Chapman waiting in the wings.
And the strike.
That's not even his good one. That's his sort of a mediocre breaking ball first strike. And now you got that 99.
Batanz has thrown a lot more strikes tonight than he had been recently. Here's the 1-2. And down he goes, strike 3. That was pretty filthy. With that big curveball. That's all for the Sox here. 4-3 Yankees after 8. Don't go anywhere as we stay in the park.
Monday.
Yankees clinging to that 1-run advantage, even though the Red Sox about hit them 8-6. And it's our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Montgomery, their starter, only went 4 innings. Sanchez, though, hit a big home run. Pomeranz went 6. Just 6 hits off of Drew. Right now, he's going to take the loss unless Sox can get him off the hook. Andy Ramirez with a home run that put the Red Sox in front briefly. Zue Lin will remain in the game to play third base. Sandy Leon is the new catcher. And Robbie Scott's the new pitcher. He'll take on D.D. Gregorius here, who's gone 0 for 3. Right there to Moreland. On the stop, 1 man gone.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time with the latest news on Celtics. Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens on the Gordon Hayward signing. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do.
Now the rookie first baseman Garrett Cooper was acquired over the All-Star break. In fact, just yesterday from Milwaukee. He's gone 0 for 3 in his major league debut after quite an impressive run at AAA in the Brewers system. 2 strikeouts and a liner to Dustin Pedroia. Been a well-pitched game. The Red Sox have retired 12 straight Yankees. They have not had a base runner since the 5th inning on the New York side.
This game pretty much is about Sanchez's home run and the Yankee bullpen. 9 punch-outs in the last 4 innings out of the bullpen, with Chapman waiting in the wings.
Throwing about 103 miles an hour. And he's going to get the top of the Red Sox order in the bottom of the 9th. Betts, Pedroia, Bogarts. And the 1-1 dipping downstairs. 2-1 on Cooper. Let's say exactly the kind of game you would expect between these two. And the 2-1 from Scott. Big wave and a miss. He came out of his shoes.
Perfect pitch by Scott. Took something off, a little change up, down and away. He would have left that over the plate. He was in trouble. Perfect pitch.
Trying to strike out Cooper for the 3rd time. And Matt Barnes was really tough over 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down. As we check out what events are coming up at Foxwoods Resort Casino, including John Legend on the 27th of July. Ellsbury on deck. 1 down, bases clean. Foul tipped in the mitt. He struck him out.
Boy, he humped up right there. Robbie Scott, his best gas, 91 right there, beat him. How about that, huh? Jumped on it. Uppercut swing there by Cooper.
The boos raining down on Jacoby Ellsbury have actually gotten louder over the course of the night. Jacoby tonight 0 for 3. He has flied out all 3 times. 4-3 Yankees. Were in the 9th. Ball 1. And Scott with a 1-0 to Jacoby. Drew Pomeranz went the first 6. Matt Barnes pitched 2. Scott trying to make it a 1-2-3 9th. And a 1-1 to Jacoby Ellsbury. A strike.
You'd like to see the Red Sox get to Ramirez coming up 4th next inning. The way he swung the bat tonight.
And Hanley spanking a home run up in the monster seats, and then a single off the monster, which in many ballparks is a home run. 1-2. Little floater. Racing out Lynn. Down the line there. Lunges and he makes the play. And then off into the stands. And 1-2-3 they go. We go to the last half of the 9th inning. Red Sox go to the top of the order. It's Betts, Pedroia, Bogarts trying for a walk-off against the Yankees. Dominion.
Just the difference in the game is Sanchez is at bat off of Pomeranz. Saw a lot of fastballs, all fastballs in the last one. He saw 0-2 pitch, and he didn't get away with it. He smokes this ball over everything to give the Yankees a 4-3 lead at the time, the blow of the night.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. Bottom of the 9th inning, 4-3 New York. They're going to go to their closer, Aroldis Chapman. 3.48 ERA, so not overly impressive there. But man, he can air it out with that fastball.
Yes, he can. But all the numbers are down this year. You see 20 hits. It's like somebody can make contact finally this year. The strikeouts are up there, but sometimes he's more than that. He's like Kimbrough-like.
Mookie Betts to lead it off, 1 for 4 with a single. He's 1 for 2 with a double off Chapman in his career. They'll play Headley very close to third, no doubles. Well, Mookie's the doubles king. He leads the majors.
Just take the double down the line away, and then left fielder Gardner's in the gap almost.
That one pops out of the mid two at 100. Dustin Pedroia on deck, then Xander Bogaerts. The count 2-0 on Mookie.
Hasn't been out there in a while. Nobody has. This is the first game back for the relievers. Took something off to get it over 98.
Yankee bullpen has been very tough.
Ooh.
99, he didn't get it. Evening up the count, 2-2.
What a spot, 99 on the corner.
Red Sox would love to get the inning to that man. But in need of a base runner or two. Here comes the 2-2 from Chapman. Full count.
Nothing special, just gas.
Ground ball deep short, going to be a tough play. Gregorius is going to have to eat that. It's a base hit. Mookie Betts is on with a single.
Well, Betts, no surprise, gets a 3-2 fastball, hits it in the hole. That's what you get for your third baseman covering the line. You see this ground ball, 1, 2, 3 hops. Didi gets to it, but it has no play. I don't know if the third baseman would have got there anyway. Perfectly placed ground ball in the hole.
So the tying run is on with nobody out in the bottom of the 9th, and Pedroia will step in. He has an RBI hit tonight. He's gone 1 for 3 with a single.
It's not like Chapman slide steps either.
15 stolen bases in 17 attempts, Zach, from Mookie Betts. Sanchez, the catcher. And in there for a called strike.
He's got to get that leg kick up to get that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He doesn't slide step 100, that's for sure. I mean, you could steal a bag on him.
Throw over. Not a good throw either. It does not look real comfortable throwing to first base.
No, he doesn't do it that often. It's perfect, though. Get his concentration somewhere else.
0-1. A ball and a strike to Pedroia. Bogaerts waits on deck. Nobody out. 4-3 Yankees, bottom of the ninth.
This is perfect. Betts will bother him. This is as good as it gets.
Not running. 2-1. Now Gregorius in for a conversation from short. Game 1 of 4 between the ancient rivals, and tomorrow it's Chris Sale on the hill. Doubleheader on Sunday. It'll be a great weekend of baseball at Fenway. That missed badly. 3-1.
He's just not finishing. It's like hurrying up.
Big crowd wants in on this one. Thinking Mookie might be going on 3-1.
I'm telling you, that's why you leave the ball outside. He's not finishing it. This is why you make big iron, Mr. Chapman.
Betts not running, and a strike to fill up the count on Pedroia.
I mean, it's hard to get a couple of hits off this guy, right? I mean, it's so tempting to try to get a bag.
Well, Dustin has not seen much of him. He's 0 for 1 lifetime against Chapman. Got a piece of it. 100 miles an hour, and he made contact.
It wasn't pretty. He got a piece, you said. Kind of lunged at it. All he's trying to do is shoot that ball to right field, I would assume.
To the shortstop. Gregorius gets in front, slings it high, took him off the bag, and he's safe. Mookie Betts is safe. Pedroia safe at first. And the Red Sox have runners at first and second and nobody out.
I don't understand this. I thought he was going to go to first base. He tries to go to second, throws it high. I don't even know if a good throw if he was going to be out. But he definitely just got his foot off the bag. The ball is a high throw. Torreyes goes up. His feet are not even close to the bag. Safe, easy. I thought he had a better shot at a play at first base. They were thinking maybe he tagged him. He's off the bag.
But he has hand on it.
But you see the throw. Maybe he would have been out with a good throw, but we'll never know.
So it goes in the books as an infield hit. The throw taking the leaping Torreyes off second base.
Yeah, they're hoping they tag there, but his hand's on.
Back-to-back infield singles off Chapman. That'll send up Xander Bogaerts. He's gone 2 for 4 tonight.
That right field is talking to Xander over there. That's his stroke.
Nobody out. And strike one. Xander with a base hit in the third, another single in the seventh. He's also hit into a double play and struck out. He is 0 for 2 lifetime against Chapman. There goes Betts. There goes Pedroia. That's going to be a double steal. Second and third, nobody out.
The Red Sox once again catch him sleeping. That is a huge double steal. We've been seeing so much of this lately. You see Betts get a running start, and Pedroia follows. No chance. No chance. Nobody out.
So the tying run 90 feet away. The winning run at second base, and the infield coming in.
Perfect time for it. You know that Chapman's got other things on his mind. Here the Red Sox haven't got a ball out of the infield, and they got guys on second and third.
1-1 on Xander. Fly ball, but foul off to the right. I'll tell you what, when Xander Bogaerts gets back in, it's the loudest that Fenway has been this season.
I agree totally. This is what I'm talking about. Base hit wins it.
1-2. Hanley Ramirez on deck. He's already homered tonight. They are into it. The 1-2. All even on Xander Bogaerts.
Chapman's working hard. Nothing but fastballs. He's not going to get big. Keep it short.
2-2 to the second baseman. He booted it. Betts is in to tie it. Pedroia to third. The Red Sox have tied it. Torreyes with his second error tonight.
If he makes the play, the run scores anyway. They're playing back halfway, and once again Torres hasn't had a good night. He boots this ball, just no fancy hop or anything. This ball just ate him up. The ball was a big hop in front of him. Maybe it came up on him, but it just ate him up. The run scores, game tied, first and third, nobody out.
Well, they're going to walk Hanley Ramirez to load the bases with nobody out. It's an intentional walk of Hanley. And will bring up Benintendi with a chance to be the hero tonight. He's had one at bat. He hit it about 410 feet in the seventh inning, and it was caught by Ellsbury. And again, the Red Sox have not hit the ball out of the infield here in the ninth, but they've tied the game. Now they're loaded with nobody out in a 4-4 tie. And he'll take ball one.
Torreyes was not going to throw home. You know, he wasn't going to throw out Betts. He stayed back on that ball. The ball ate him up.
Perhaps, but he never gave himself a chance.
Right.
1-0. Fly ball of decent depth will do it. And it's 2-0.
Ball four would be a beautiful thing. Chapman's trying to strike out the side right here in one batter.
Red Sox rallying in the ninth inning with some help from the Yankees. Benintendi, the only time he ever faced Chapman, he drew a walk. Grounded foul.
Boy, he got the head out, man. Ready, get set, swing.
Dustin Pedroia at third, representing the winning run here in the bottom of the ninth in game one with the Yankees. Infield in. Here's the 2-1. 3-1.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you walk Ramirez to load the bases. You put all the pressure on Chapman.
Oh yeah, you got to take this pitch.
He walked it, and the Red Sox win it. A walk-off walk, 5-4 Boston.
A walk-off walk.
Chapman, after the intentional walk of Hanley Ramirez, walks Benintendi to force in the game winner. The Red Sox rally in the bottom of the ninth.
They never got a ball out of the infield.
The RBI goes to the rookie. Torreyes committing that key error. 2 singles, a double steal, an error, an intentional walk, and a non-intentional walk. That was some inning.
I guess if you're going to beat those last 2 guys, it'll be a ball 4.
5-4 the final. The Red Sox gain a game on the Yankees and now lead New York by 4.5. Tampa Bay is on the West Coast, just getting underway against the Angels.
That stings the Yankees. This game stings them.
Well, the Yankees had the game, didn't they? And their bullpen was pitching so well. But the Red Sox were the grittier team in the 9th inning. Mookie Betts starting it with an infield hit. Let's go downstairs to Jemai.
Thanks a lot, OB. I'm here with Hanley Ramirez. You had a home run to start this game early, but how satisfying is a walk-off win like this? You didn't have a ball leave the infield, but you guys managed to pull together some runs and score them when it counted.
We found a way to get that W. That's how we do it. You know, I think everybody's putting a little bit of that out there. It's a team effort. It's a team win.
You had that home run earlier. I heard you in the clubhouse talking to one of the reporters, told him that it was coming. You got the home run going. How satisfying was that for you?
It's good. You know, this game is about confidence, and my confidence never goes down. So, you know, I got the Sox Nation behind my back. I got my teammates. So let's go, Sox.
Hanley Ramirez, everybody. Back up to you, OB.
Hanley with number 14 in that 3rd inning, and they wanted no part of him in the 9th inning. And Benintendi walked by Aroldis Chapman with the bases loaded to force in Dustin Pedroia, and the Red Sox win it 5-4.
There's a perfect win for the Red Sox. The Yankees needed this game so bad. When they have one, in the books and it gets away from them, it makes it that much more difficult for the Yankees.
A win number 51 for the Sox, who begin the 2nd half with a win. TC 5-4, and it was exciting in the end. Even if the Red Sox never hit the ball out of the infield in the 9th inning, they win a thriller.